Hey, you're in the studio with Luke from GuitarIQ.com. Welcome to Guitar iQ&A, where you write in with your burning guitar questions and I do my best to answer them. Usually in these videos, I focus on one question at a time. However, I've been getting a bunch of questions about guitar pedals, so I'm hoping to address a few of these at once. In the last video, I looked at the 3 best practices, in my opinion, for building a pedal board with better tone and less noise. And in this video, I'm going to talk about individual effects versus multi-effects, and I'm going to show you my latest pedal board build for 2018. So let's take a look. So one of the biggest questions that people ask is about this whole thing of Stompboxes versus multi-effects, which is better and what do I recommend? Well, honestly, I like both for different reasons, and I use both for different reasons. If you're the type of player who just likes to keep things simple and you don't need all of the extra bells and whistles, then don't bother with multi-effects. Get yourself a handful of nice pedals, a good compressor, a quality drive pedal, some kind of clean boost or colored boost with a delay pedal, couple that with a great guitar and a nice tube amp, hopefully with spring reverb, and you'll get some fantastic tones at your disposal. On the other hand, if you're the type of player who's looking for a more versatile rig with access to a lot more options, then obviously a high quality multi-effects unit makes a lot of sense. Yes, you could build something similar using individual effects, but you need a lot of them and you'll need some kind of elaborate switching system to switch banks of pedals on and off. It's going to work, it's going to sound great, just keep in mind your board is going to be so much bigger, so much heavier, and so much more expensive. So if you've got your own home studio space and you've got a bunch of cash lying around, then go for your life, put together the biggest, baddest pedal board that you can dream of and send me a photo. I'm keen to check it out. However, here's the thing. If you mainly play live, there's a lot of other considerations depending on the room you're playing in, the other musicians in the band, the person who sets up the mics and does the front of house sound. All of those tones that you spend so much time and money to craft beautifully in the confines of your own bedroom at home may not translate as well as you like in a live situation. So just having a bigger, more expensive pedal board doesn't necessarily mean that you're always going to get significantly better results. So I must admit, given all the things we've just talked about, personally, I've really come around to the idea of using multi-effects, especially in live situations. Now, to be clear, I'm speaking as one of those guys who used to have a massive pedal board. It sounded good, right? It looked pretty kick-ass on stage, but it weighed over 20 kilos, and for a touring musician, it wasn't really practical. But more importantly than both of those points, compared to some smaller multi-effects units, a big pedal board like that didn't actually really give me as much control and versatility as you might think. So in light of this, another popular question that I've had is from people wondering whether they can combine multi-effects with individual pedals. Can you get the best of both worlds? And the answer is, of course, yes. And that provides a pretty good segue for me to introduce my latest pedal board build for 2018. So let's check it out and I'll give you a quick walkthrough. So here is the pedal board that I've just finished putting together. I wanted a simple setup for practicing and writing, but also something that was portable and didn't take up a lot of space here in the studio. So as you can see, I've dramatically downsized from my previous pedal board. This board is built completely around the TC Nova system. Now, this unit is a few years old, so I was faced with the question whether or not to upgrade. But what I really like about this unit is the sound. It's got a fantastic hybrid kind of system between analog drive sounds and your digital delays and reverb. So it's kind of like a hybrid best of both worlds, and I really like that. What I didn't like so much is the functionality of this unit, and we'll go into that in a minute. So the obvious compromise for me was to keep the same sound but upgrade the functionality, and that's exactly what I did. So over here, the first point of call is this buffer by Empress Effects. It's the Buffer Plus. Not only is this a fantastic sounding buffer, but it keeps all of my ins and outs in the same place. So my guitar comes in here, loops through my pedals, and then exits here and goes to my amp. There's a number of handy features here, including a great booster. I like this pedal so much that I bought 2 buffers from Empress Effects. That's kind of enough said on the quality there, but fantastic. From there, we have 2 outputs. One is just a tuner out, which goes nowhere except to the tuner, and one goes to the main unit. This tuner is just a small unit. It's accurate, it's light, it's inexpensive, and most importantly, it's got a really big display for a small pedal tuner, which I really like. It's a Pitchblack Mini by Korg. Yep, great. Most importantly, it upgrades the tuner inbuilt into this unit dramatically. TC Electronic are a company known for fantastic tuners, not so much with the Nova system. Not sure what happened, but you're going to need an additional tuner if you're running something like this. Now, I've set up the Nova system to run like a series of different pedal boards. This is a really interesting thing that's sort of specific to the Nova system. Other boards, newer boards are coming out and doing similar things, and I really like this approach. So, because the switching is kind of a bit annoying and clunky on the Nova system itself, I've added this external MIDI switcher to make it seamless, and I'm basically switching between banks. And what a bank is doing is switching in and out different pedal boards. So if I come to my 0 bank here, you can see, if you can read that it's my clean bank. I've got a sort of slight chorusy effect assigned to the modulation, some delay and reverb assigned, and some compression. If I come up a bank, now this is my drive board. So I can change the type of delay that's assigned to the delay unit. I can change the type of reverb, compression, and I can add some drive. Now the cool thing with all this is, again, these are pedal boards, so I can switch these all in and out as I want, as I'm using them. The blank preset is kind of just the starting point. So a kind of cool, intuitive way to use a multi-effects system that kind of takes the best from both worlds and combines it into a kind of simple, nice unit. After the Nova system, we have this expression pedal. Now, obviously with an expression pedal, I'm not running any signal through it. This is just controlling any parameter that I assign it to for the Nova system. So I could have it controlling my reverb level, the feedback on my delay, my volume, and a number of other things. So really cool, handy addition. The Nova system didn't come with one. They're inexpensive. It has a jack to add one, so why wouldn't you? Okay, from there we hit this little looper. This is a great little addition to any board. Loopers are awesome for practicing and for songwriting. This particular one, I like that it's small. It's a really high quality. And if you can afford one, you should definitely get some kind of looper on your pedal board. Really handy. From there, I hit this EP booster by Xotic Effects. Now, technically, this is a booster, but I'm using it more as a tone conditioner. What does that mean? Basically, this thing imparts just a subtle but really nice overall sound to the signal. I'm running it at 18 volts. It gives a nice bottom end and a nice sort of top end thing as well. It's just an overall nice effect that works really well with the sound of this board. So I just leave that always on and it's great. And from there, back into the buffer and out to my guitar amp, and happy days. Well, that's it for my latest pedalboard build of 2018. Thank you for watching. I hope that you found it interesting. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, share the video, and leave your comment. Let me know what you use. Do you use pedals or multi-effects? Why do you prefer one over the other? I'm keen to hear from you. Also, if you would like to get more from your guitar playing, I have a number of guitar books that are available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and a bunch of other places. People have been finding these really helpful. So if you'd like to check them out, you can learn more over at our website, guitariq.com. And last of all, if you have a question that you'd like answered, just leave it in the comments of this video or head over to the Q&A tab on our website, again, guitariq.com. And you might just find your question featured in a video just like this one. All the best in the practice room this week, and I hope to chat soon. Cheers.